Your frame is rotting from the inside right now, and you don't even know it. Every single day you drive past salt trucks, through slush, through puddles that look harmless. You are feeding a slow-motion disaster underneath your truck that most shops pray you never learn how to stop yourself. Today you are getting the full ranked breakdown of the rust prevention tricks people actually use on frames, from the overhyped garbage that wastes your weekend to the $2 hardware store combo that outperforms products costing over 100 times more. Number 10 on your list is the ceramic spray coating kit you have probably seen all over social media, the one running you $40 to $60 a can and promising a permanent shield in one easy application. You fall for it because the marketing looks like something out of a NASA lab, all slick graphics and confident claims. Here is your regret waiting to happen. These ceramic sprays bond beautifully to clean bare metal, but do absolutely nothing to convert rust that is already eating your frame rails. So you are sealing the nightmare in instead of stopping it. Owners on forums report the same pattern over and over. A good look for 2 or 3 months, followed by bubbling and flaking. Once trapped moisture starts working from underneath. Your verdict is simple: you paid premium money for a coat of paint over a ticking time bomb. Number 9 is the drill and wire cup brush combo so many YouTube garage guys swear by, because it feels productive, loud, and satisfying in a way that makes you believe you are winning. The financial trap here is subtle but brutal. That aggressive wire cup does not distinguish between corroded scale and structurally sound steel, so you can shave away material thickness you cannot see and cannot get back. Body shop technicians have quietly told owners their frame failed inspection, specifically because over-aggressive wheeling thinned a rail past safe tolerance, turning a $200 cleanup into a full frame replacement gamble that can run you well past $4,000, depending on your truck. Your verdict: you traded a rust problem for a structural problem, and did not even realize the trade happened. Number 8 is the classic degreaser and pressure washer blast that every weekend warrior tries first because it is free and it feels like a real fix. You blast the underside, watch grime fly everywhere, and convince yourself the job is done. The betrayal comes fast. High-pressure water forces moisture directly into every seam, boxed section, and weld joint on your frame, and unless you have compressed air and hours to fully dry every hidden pocket, you have just accelerated the exact reaction you were trying to stop. Consumer Reports has flagged pressure washing as a documented contributor to accelerated free corrosion on trucks in Salt Belt states, specifically because owners skip the drying step. Your verdict: you paid nothing and got a faster rust timeline in return. Number 7 is the electrolysis bucket method, the internet's favorite free trick, using a battery charger, washing soda, and a length of rebar dropped into a plastic tub. When it works on a small removable bracket, it genuinely works well, pulling clean metal percentages from the 30s into the 80s after half a day. The financial and physical danger nobody puts in the video description is hydrogen gas production, and doing this indoors near any sparks source is not a rust fix. It is a fire hazard with your name on the insurance claim. A shop owner in the Midwest lost part of his garage door to exactly this setup done without proper ventilation, and he considers himself lucky it was not worse. Your verdict: effective on small parts, catastrophic risk if you get lazy about where you set it up. Number 6 is the flood of dedicated rust converter sprays, sitting on the shelf at every auto parts store, usually priced between $15 and $25 a bottle. These actually contain real chemistry, typically tannic or phosphoric acid blends, that genuinely transform rust into a stable black compound instead of just scrubbing surface flakes away. Where owners get burned financially is buying 3 or 4 bottles to cover a full frame, because the bottle size is designed for small spot repairs, not structural rails, and suddenly your simple fix has cost you $70 or $80 before you have covered half the truck. Your verdict: real chemistry, wrong portion size, and your wallet pays the difference. Number 5 is the mobile sand blasting service. that professional restoration shops love to recommend, typically running you $300 to $500 for a full frame treatment. There is no denying the result looks incredible, bare clean metal reaching into every welded section that no hand tool could ever touch. Here is your costly mistake if you stop there. Sandblasting strips your frame down to raw exposed steel with zero protection, and if you do not immediately follow with a converter and a sealant within hours, you have paid $500 to create the perfect environment for flash rust to return within days. Owners who treated blasting as the entire fix instead of step one have called it the most expensive disappointment of their truck ownership. Your verdict: blasting alone is money spent buying yourself a countdown clock. Number 4 is the citric acid soak that has quietly become a favorite among restoration hobbyists because it is gentle enough to use without gloves and still genuinely dissolves rust on removable brackets, shackles, and small hardware. A 10-hour soak in a heated citric acid bath regularly pulls clean metal percentages from the 40s into the 80s, and it costs you next to nothing per gallon. The limitation that stops it from saving your frame is simple. You cannot submerge a truck frame in a bucket, so this method only protects the parts you can physically remove, leaving the rails themselves completely untouched and still exposed to every winter you drive through. Your verdict: brilliant for small parts, useless for the actual structure holding your truck together. Number 3 is the professional-grade rust converter paint that serious restorers reach for once they graduate past hardware store. Gels, typically running $25 to $40 per can, applied directly to heavy-scale rust. This stuff performs a visible transformation in front of your eyes. Orange flaking corrosion, darkening into a hard matte black surface within hours of curing. Testing on heavily scaled frame rails has shown clean, converted coverage, jumping from under 20% to well past 95% after a single coat, with zero bubbling or bleed-through, reported months later under inspection. The catch that keeps this from claiming the top spot is price scaling, because covering a full frame with the premium branded version can push your total cost north of $60, several times more than what is coming at number 1. Your verdict: powerful and reliable, just not the best deal your money can buy. Number 2 is the rubberized undercoating seal that almost nobody applies correctly, and this single missing step is the actual reason most rust treatments fail within a single winter. According to corrosion researchers, the overwhelming majority of DIY rust jobs collapse within 12 months. Not because the rust removal failed, but because owners skip sealing the freshly treated metal against moisture and road salt. A mechanic who tracks his own comeback rate told me directly that adding this one sealing step after every conversion job dropped his winter callbacks from over 50% down to under 5% almost overnight. Frames converted but left unsealed have shown new surface rust reappearing in as little as 10 to 12 weeks, turning your entire previous effort into wasted time and wasted money. Your verdict: this is the step that separates a real fix from an expensive photo opportunity, and skipping it is the single biggest regret owners report after the fact. And now number 1, the $2 hardware store phosphoric acid spray, applied and sealed the right way, the exact combo that makes an $800 shop quote for frame rust repair feel like an outright scam. Shops are not charging you for rare materials, they are charging you for a 3-step process you can run yourself for less than a fast food lunch. First, you wire brush the frame to knock off loose flaking scale. 10 minutes, zero cost. Second, you spray on the phosphoric acid. Let it dwell 15 minutes while the rust visibly darkens and converts in front of you. Then rinse it clean and dry it completely, because trapped moisture undoes the work you just did. Third, and this is the step that separates a permanent fix from a repeat disaster, you immediately apply 2 thin coats of rubberized undercoating sealant 15 minutes apart, working it into every seam and bolt hole along the rails. Frames treated this way have held clean coverage above 90% after a full year of daily winter driving through road salt. beating kits that cost hundreds more. Your verdict, the gap between a permanent fix and an $800 bill, was never about money. It was always about knowing all 3 steps instead of stopping at one. You now know exactly which methods are wasted money, which ones are quietly dangerous, and which single combo actually stops frame rust for good without draining your bank account. If this saved you from an $800 mistake, make sure you are subscribed so you never miss the next warning before it costs you. Subscribe the channel and drop a comment, and let me know where you're watching from.